Hey guys, it's Supa here. So today I'll be doing a video of me completing campaign on a new server. And so I don't even know what number server this is, but whatever date I'm making this on, that's the server that I'm on. And I'm not gonna do any rerolls, I'm gonna make use of what I have. And we'll see how fast it takes me. It could take me a day if I have some really good luck, it could take me the whole week if I'm really unlucky, but we'll see together. And so for this video, of course, I don't want it to be so extremely long with a whole bunch of downtime. So I will crop out some sections or record only specific sections. But the goal is that you still should have a very good idea of everything that I did to complete campaign. So right now we're just playing through the tutorial. And I mean, it's as straightforward as it gets. You can't even do whatever you want. You just have to follow the steps. And this is a really slow process. I do remember doing this the first time. And when I did do a little bit of re-rolling when I first started, and I remember hating this process because it just took so long. But once we get out of the early game and we get to do the actual content and out of the full tutorial, then things will get more interesting. So anyway, I'll probably finish this tutorial and maybe do a little bit more, and then that'll be the next time you hear from me. So I completed campaign, and let's see what they're asking us to do. It has been quite a while since I have done the tutorial, so there is some parts that I guess I've kind of forgotten what they require me to do. This is the first legend hero, and it's always Luz or Sana. Seems like I got Sana, but it's not like it really matters because I'm not going to use either of them. So let's just claim everything they're asking me to do. And let's see what else they have me do. So they want me to complete the next chapter of campaign, and let's do that. I'll just throw in my Sana here, but I'm not gonna waste any of my XP or any of that, and I'll probably complete chapter 2 and unlock events. So we're done, and they actually made me do the planar rifts as well, which is something I completely forgot was even in the game. And I still have 5 more stages to go. Alright, so now we're done with stage 210, and let's see if the game asks me to do anything else. So let's skip this. I'm not gonna continue on campaign for now, because what I want to do is claim all the codes. So let's see what this is. $1 offer. I'm gonna do this all completely free to play, so don't waste my time. Let's just claim all the free stuff that we can. So you can just follow along if you're using this video for reference. I might miss something. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've done all this. We do have codes to redeem, and we also have this Discord code, so if you don't know how to do this, copy and go. I'm already in the Discord, so all you need to do is go to the ZH07 bot, send the message, and you'll see that it says that, oh, congrats, it's approved, and it shows up in the gift box over here. But before we continue on, I wanna redeem a code. So there are so many codes to redeem. You can take a look over here. And let's just redeem everything that we can. And there's going to be quite a number of them. So we have, let's see, until May 7. So we can't claim any of these, but what we can do is redeem all of these. So we have this. Test IM777. I think we just did that, but I'm just going to make sure. Yeah. So IM888. Infinite measure rate best. Ungift. Play IM adventure. And this random code. Don't know what it stands for. Maybe if you know, you can let me know. And we also need to use a recruitment code. I mean, why not? Let's see if there's anyone in chat which... Oh, we can't even access chat, so I guess we'll do that later. And we can find somewhere the channel where we can use codes. So right here, let's use this guy's code. And so as we hit different levels, we'll get some rewards. Let's just claim whatever we've done, like I said. A very mundane process, I must say. And let's see how many summons we have now. So we have 17 summons, but we can claim the stuff in our gift box. And we now have 35 more. Let's take a look at the beginner challenge. Let's see what they say. It's just campaign stuff, yeah, whatever. And we also need to take a look at the events. Let's just claim everything that's free. We have this. And this is where you can get a copy of Mackin if you need. We'll see whether we need Mackin based on what we get from our summons. We also have this event. Don't think this is that useful for this early stage in the game, but it does give us a lot of energy, which is nice. And let's see, this gives us 7. Maybe I'll get this later, I'll decide later on. We have even more stuff to collect. Let's take a look at any remaining events. Like I say, I'm kind of just breezing through this, so there could be some stuff that I miss. And let's look at our summon count now. So we have 70, which means we can get a legendary, which is great. And let's see what legendary we get. So we got the latest possible pity. And we got the Beetlejuice, I guess. And that's terrible. Not a big deal, since we're still really early into the game. We don't have any Supremes. Let me change this Miracle to Giselle. We can do our beginner wish at level 15, so not yet. And once again, let's continue claiming our stuff. And I think after we do this, I will try and complete campaign as far as I can before I decide what I do next. So just keep on claiming. And I actually did not pay attention to what I summoned. Maybe I did get one of the good epic heroes, but not yet. I did get Farnell, who's decent, but we are primarily looking for Wimless or Mackin. So for now, let's just continue campaign and see how far we get. So I completed campaign up to some stage, and then they prompted me to join a guild. I'm not too concerned about this. I'm just gonna join this one, which seems decent. Or actually, that one is a requirement. I don't really care what guild I join, so I'm just gonna join this random one. There's not much to do right now with it. And yeah, so I can't access any of this yet. Not an issue, I'll do it later. In the meantime, let's see if I've unlocked anything else. I've unlocked Echoes, it seems. Beginner challenge, I can claim this now. Is anything else worth claiming? Alright, there's this guild members thing. The rewards seem pretty good. I do remember this being out quite a long time ago. And earlier, I actually did forget to claim these items from the mix sale event, so let's just use my tokens. So, just a bunch of coins pretty much from this. Nothing very useful. And it still prompts me that I can do something here, but... Okay, so I can get 5 free summons, which is nice. And I can also claim stuff from the milestone tower. So we can already see some people, one guy has already cleared campaign. And now I'll just use the wishes that I have. Same with excellent wishes, and I'll also use my supreme wishes, which is just 1. Let's use miracle wishes as well. Actually, I'm a bit lazy to press 1 by 1, I'll wait until I get 10. And let's once again claim everything that I have. And when there's nothing else for me to do in terms of claiming items, I will go back to I will go back to continuing on in campaign. So let's just do collect our items. I think we unlocked quick dispatch, which is nice. We've not unlocked anything else here yet. And so this is everything we have to claim for now. And I'll just continue on with campaign. As you can see, I'm still using like the most basic team ever. I haven't even leveled any characters using XP potions, and we'll see how far this takes me. So I've unlocked space temples, and I'm gonna do this. And in the future, I will just do this as I unlock them so you won't see me clear them. But whenever you unlock a space temple, just make sure you clear it because the rewards are really good. So I cleared the space temple and now I'm just claiming all these rewards. And change nickname, where's that? We also get gems from this. Let's change our nickname. So let's do it here. Go IMR. In fact, I'm gonna do Opa IMR too. Obviously, this is such a waste of gems, but this isn't the main account, so I'm changing it. Craft a hero, this is easy, you can just use the quick craft function. And this is the game just trying to teach you the different functions. So I don't really want to level any character right now because I haven't found something I'm happy with. And okay, now that we got Liz, I have something I'm happy to level up. Let's just do the remaining summons. So now we can level our Liz. It's right here. I'll just use everything I have. I can awaken her as well. Alright, I need to bring her to 5-star first, which is not an issue. I'm not gonna over-invest in her, I'll only invest as much as I need to in the moment because I could get a better shielder than Liz from my summons very soon. So for now, I think this will be sufficient. Yeah, why not? Quick equip. I don't really care what gear I put on her for now since it's all pretty bad. When we reach a stage where we are actually having difficulty in campaign, that's when we have to maximize what we do. And so now they're telling me again to complete campaign, so I'll go ahead and do that. So I died in campaign common 710, which is not a big deal because I've not leveled anything. They're asking me to level up my equipment, but I don't really want to do that right now. So in the meantime, let's just claim everything that we can once again. Here as well, we get a copy of Liz, which is good because I can raise her exclusives. And we get some decent gear for this stage in the game. So we can get some... It will be good for us to get this, so let's complete this auto drop. Which means now we have a 6-star legendary gear, which is very nice. And let's just once again claim everything. You are probably starting to see that this is a very cyclical process. I'm just doing campaign and then claiming everything that I can, and it's kind of a loop. So let's just keep claiming. We're getting some summons this way and we're getting closer to our next legendary hero. So we get it in 40. And it looks like there are people joining this guild, so I did just get a reward. Let's do our 2 Supreme Wishes. Nothing good, which is not an issue. Generally, you wouldn't be getting good items from your summons anyway. There are more bad characters than good ones, so don't be frustrated if you get something which isn't what you want. Let's see what these quests are. Purchase 5 heroes in currency store. We'll do this later. Over trial. I'm gonna save for this box for now, so nothing to claim here. We did. Okay, we still haven't unlocked an arena. And we'll just see what's causing all these pop-ups. Hero training goals. And okay, we've claimed everything there is. And now I will start leveling my characters because we took a loss. So I'll begin by awakening my Liz. And I'm not actually sure how many eggs we have. Okay, we don't have that many. But in this game, you want to always build one character at a time. Normally, you would want to build your damage dealer first, but I haven't found a damage dealer that I'm happy with, so I'll just build my Liz to begin with, and it's not really an issue. So use the quick craft and don't use your purple heroes unless you know what you're doing. Just use your regular heroes, and then we can bring up the exclusives of our characters. So going back to Liz, let's awaken her again. And okay, we don't have enough eggs, so we will do it when we can. Let's level up her skills. Purple scrolls are not rare, so I'm not afraid of using them now. And we can also up her exclusives. I believe that I did get a copy of Liz, right? But she needs to be 5 stars, so hopefully we do have the food for her, which we do. And now we can use the copy to bring up her exclusives. So we don't... oh yeah, we actually do have some echo summons already, so let's do this. And what do we get? Crit damage, so I think that's good. For now, I will just put a random echo on her. It doesn't matter too much. Let's see what the stats we have are. I'm looking for HP, but I guess we can just put like a defense echo on her. The difference won't be too significant. And let's also gear her up slightly. So we did get a strong piece of gear here, and the rolls are not bad. We did get speed, which is something we're looking for. So let's see. Yeah, so we don't have enough gold for level 16, but that's okay. So let's just put this on her. Even though normally you would want to put things with the same set, this is a 6-star gear, so it's so much better than everything else because the base stats that it provides is higher. And for the remaining, I'll just put I'll give her a speed set to make her faster. And let's see what we can put in the last slot. I'll just put this 3-star gear because it's the highest base stat once again. I'm not going to level up these gears for now. And I will complete all these planar rifts which I have not yet done for the previous stages, and I will also see how far I can get next. So I just unlocked this Gate of Nibble Dungeon or whatever it's called. And you can now do Efreet Dungeon. I'm not gonna bother with it for now. I still need to do the space temples, and I'm also going to continue doing a campaign as far as I can. And let's see my summons. Okay, still off legendary for a while, so yep, I'll continue campaign and I'll do the space temple, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. So I just unlocked Classic Arena, and at the same time, even though my list is able to solo the campaign bosses right now, I do feel that my team's getting weak and it's basically just Liz doing stuff, so I will also decide to start working on my characters. But first, let's just do whatever they're asking me to do. I don't really care what team I put in here. You don't actually need to focus on any of these stuff when all you really want to do is complete campaign, which is the main focus of this video. So I also actually did do one stage in the equipment dungeon just to complete this quest. So we have to do a space temple. I'll do that in a bit, but first let's just check if there's anything else we can claim and whether we can summon yet. This just keeps showing me the redeem thing, which is a bit annoying because it misleads me into thinking that I have something to claim there. And let's see our summon count. So we have 30 summons, let's just do that. And no early pity for legendary, unfortunately. Let's use our summon, our supreme rune. Okay, so now I will do the space temple. And after I do the space temple, we'll see if I get any additional resources, and we will upgrade our characters accordingly. And so that's the Space Temple complete. And I think I now have enough summons to get a legendary. Yep, I do, so let's hope we get something good. So we got Fiona, and she's not anything incredible, so I probably won't be using her. So let's see, nothing very interesting going on right now. Do we have our Miracle Summon yet? I'm just going to... Nah, I was thinking of using gems to get 10 so I can just do a big summon, but I'll just wait, there's no rush. And in the meantime, the game also wants us to do more in campaign. So what I'll do is level some of my characters. And since you start the game with 20 free regressions anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build my Liz, my Sana first. So Sana isn't a character you normally will build, especially if you summon better options, but I'm going to build her because she's one of the 2 guaranteed heroes that you get at the start of the game, so this is the most relevant for you guys. So let's max her level. At the same time, I also wanted to improve the gear on my Liz, so I did see that I got some good gear pieces earlier. So yeah, I got some 4-star pieces. This is the best thing we have for now. So let's put this on her. And I just want to give her a bunch of speed, which is the goal for the support characters. So unfortunately I don't have that much gold, so I can't afford to just level everything to 16. So I'm being a little bit cautious. That's a nice roll. But anyway, very soon I won't even be using these gears anymore because they're only 4 stars and you only really want a 5-star gear. So next, let's go back to our... Actually, before we go back to our Sana, let's see if we can increase her level. And we have to go back to the crafting page. Craft as much as you can. So again, claim everything that we can. And now I'll weaken her even more. Can we get her one even higher? Not right now, which is not a problem. So for Sana, like I said, it doesn't really matter if we use resources on her because we can regress. And so I'll just use the skill scrolls here. I also have to upgrade Liz's abilities. So Liz is max abilities now, which is good. And pretty good chance that I'll be using her for the rest of campaign. So it's a very early investment and a very good one as well. And now let's take a look at the stats that Sana does. So she is a direct damage dealer, which means we want crit rate and crit damage, but at this stage of the game it really does not matter that much because the gears that we're using are all really weak. So I'm just going to put some attack gears on her. And I'll level up this piece the most because it has attack base stat and also at some crit rate, crit damage. In fact, I think I got these from somewhere which has a guaranteed stat, so it is somewhat useful. But like I said, these gear sets are all really weak, so the crit rate is still going to be really low. As you can see, it's only 20%, which is negligible. And yeah, so now we can just continue with campaign and it should be a lot easier. And let's see how far we get once again. So now they're prompting me to go to the main city. I don't actually know what this is for. And it's for regression, but I actually already unlocked this, so pretty useless for them to tell me this. So let's just claim our stuff once again. 4 space temples. This guy wants me to add him, let's add him. And let's see if there's anything else for us to do. I guess I'll do the space temple and continue on campaign and see how far I can go. So we've cleared common campaign, which was not really difficult. Obviously it looks like 3 people died. It makes it look like it was a challenge, but that's just because I focused my resources on those 2 characters. So now we're in hard mode, and actually before I get on with doing hard mode, I want to go back and check my quests. So we unlock this. And we do get some summons here. And let's take a look at how many summons I have. I think I have unlocked this now, I'll do it later. And nothing good still, but it's not an issue. Still haven't unlocked Sanctuary and Talents yet. And now we do have enough to do a Miracle Summon, but we don't have a guarantee, so I think it's unlikely we'll get anything here. Yep. And we'll just do our Supreme Wish. So we got Haley. Haley is actually a decent character to have, but does require exclusives. And so now I will continue on with campaign, and I will complete this Alchemy City, and I'll also go as far as I can. So we completed campaign until we've unlocked Tower of Mark. I'm at like Hell or Heart stage 410, I believe. And so now we have access to Tower of Mark. And I'm also once again not too concerned about completing this content. I'll do the towers which I have built my characters for, which is Sana and Liz. So let's just see how far we can get. So yeah, once again it's just Liz carrying. I'm actually gonna remove everyone except for Liz because then I'll at least get the star for surviving, not having any characters dead. And now I'll do the same for Liz. I think she's yellow mark. And let's just do this and see how far this takes us. So I'll just hold on to these keys for now, there's not really a rush to use them. And let's collect everything we can once again. We're getting lots of summons, so we need to complete 6 stages in Equipment Dungeon. For now, I'm just gonna use the multi-battle to complete it. And okay, we can claim this. Claim stuff in our gallery also. Let's take a look at our summons. We have 20 we can use, which is good. And we can use our Supreme as well. So right now we actually can do our Beginner Wish, but I think I'm gonna hold it for slightly longer. And the reason for that is, well, we can see the options, but we don't have to pick it. So I'm not sure whether I want to build Mackin yet, and if I don't have Mackin, then I have to take him from here. So let's see if he's even being offered. And he actually is not, so this does make my decision a lot simpler. And so the 3 main things you would be looking for is Wim, Liz, and Mackin. Unfortunately, I don't have a Mackin summon, but I do have one I see right here, which has Wim, Liz, and Sana, who I can bring the exclusive up of for now while I'm still using her, so I will pick this one. And now I can also do the Beginner Echo Wish. So this one's a lot more straightforward, and generally you always want to pick this Bloody Fight Echo because it's very versatile. So I'm gonna see what the epic options are for the ones which is offering Bloody Fight. And unfortunately I only got one option here, so I'll pick this, and it's not a bad choice by any means. I do get a crit rate echo, which is what is kind of whatever, but this defense rate one is actually decent, and even in the future when you get characters like Indra, you can still use this echo, so not a bad choice at all. And getting these exclusives up actually is quite a pretty big power spike. So let's bring up the exclusives of my Liz. And first I have to increase her to the copy to 5 stars, so let me just first get some eggs. And do this. We look for Liz. Awaken her to 5 stars. Oh, and they almost made me use these epic heroes, so this is where you need to be careful and choose characters. You can feed epic heroes, but you should be careful and you must know which epic heroes are useless. So this is fine. And now I can bring Liz's exclusive up. And her main exclusive is level 3, so hopefully we can get that at some point. We also now have Wim, who's a good shielder. And normally you don't want to spread your resources, as I've mentioned before. And however, I will do it in this case, just exclusive 1. I don't want to overinvest in her, just so I can give Sana her exclusive. Honestly, this isn't really a big deal, but the stats are nice to have, and I can now level her up a little bit more. And I can do the same with Liz here. Let's see how many eggs I have. So not enough to bring her to 4 stars, but that's also fine for now. So... oh, I see. They want me to complete 6 unique stages, so I'll do that and I'll come back after this. So we're back. I completed 6 different stages and now I can claim this reward. So I now have to do the Space Temple and that's what I'll do. And now we're done. We also got a nice artifact. Crit rate and attack rate is nice. Defense is a bit of an awkward stat to get. Attack or maybe effect hit or HP would have been better, but it's not an issue. Anyway, the purpose of this video is to do it in one run, so whatever RNG I get, there's nothing to be concerned about. And I just want to show you can beat it in any scenario. So we can claim a whole bunch more rewards. Upgrade any mark talent to level 1, so let's just work on our speed. Well, we have to actually increase it periodically, so for this we can do the speed first. And let me just put everything in. Speed is one of, if not the most important stat in the game. And now they're asking me to go back and complete campaign, which is what we'll do. But let's just once again do our summons. So we're gonna be 2 away from a legendary hero. Maybe we could get an early pity, but unfortunately not right now. Let's just do our wishes here. And we can do one more. And we finally got a legend. We got Fiona again, which is quite... the chance of that is really not very high, but I'm not going to be using her. And yes, we've also completed common mode, so now we can copy this code. And that's a nice 30 extra summons. Oops, I just want to claim this. And I should also actually be storing a lot of my stamina, so let me store 3,300 so that I don't overflow. And since I'm quite certain that I will be using Liz into the long run, I will want to use the materials that I can on her. So we can use this and craft again. And let's see what epic heroes we have we can get rid of. So we can do this one. And this. These are both fine. And now we can awaken her one more time, I hope. And let's level her again. Let's see if I got any better gear in the meantime as well. I can actually put this gear on her. It's not too great on her, to be honest, but it's better than nothing. I'll just bring this to level 12. The defensive stats is nice. I do have one artifact here, but not for her. I can put it on my Sana. And hopefully I do get attack rate rolls, which incredibly lucky, but I won't be using that in the long term, as I said before. So I'm just doing a quick check to see if I have any stronger gears I can potentially use. and that doesn't seem to be the case. So maybe Liz can benefit from this gear set, however. And if we have, yeah, so we have attack main stat here, which is nice. This is the one I want to level to the max. And so I'll put this and this piece. I also want to... Actually, this is fine for now. I think this is a decent setup for where we are at in the game. So I'll go back to completing campaign once again, and we'll see once again how far I get. So I've unlocked Netgear in dungeons, and I'm gonna do another 6 stages of Netgear just in case they ask me to complete it for the quest later. And also I did unlock a Space Temple as well, so I will be doing that as well. And then once I'm done with that, I will continue on with campaign until I'm stuck, and that's the next time you'll see me. Okay, so I'm at hard campaign 610, and I'm still doing fine, but I did unlock this new feature, Author of War, and this is great because I can unlock talents for my characters, and it's really very useful. So we also have the double event as well, which is great. So let's see what stage I can beat this up to. I'm guessing maybe about 3 or 4. So yeah, stage 3, and let's see how much energy it will take. Luckily I have an excess of energy, so I'm not too concerned about just using it. And that's exactly what I'll do. So let me see if I can clear it solo, because I do want to focus my skills on Liz. So in that case, it might be better to actually do this. It's more energy efficient. And I'll do it until I get my max amount of talents. So I'll do that, and I'm not even sure how many runs it'll take. Let's try 50 and see what that brings me. So let's do another 50. About 4,000 each time. And let's do 10s now. Let's just do 20. So almost there. Let's do 10. We might overshot a little, but we have a lot of energy, so not the most efficient thing to do, but still not a concern. And then for I still haven't done the Space Temple yet either. Now we also have to do the talents, or the emblems rather. That's what I've been meaning to say. You can follow this recommended. Usually the recommended options are good, or you can follow the Discord. You can refer to the Discord over here, and you can just go to the hero board and search Liz, and it tells us what to do. So let's see if it matches what they want us to take, and it's slightly different. So let's remove the recommended so I don't get confused. I believe this is what they wanted us to do. Or middle and right, and then here. So once again, right and then middle right, so this. So I need to exclusive 5 her before I can actually unlock this last slot. So I don't think we have enough resources for it right now, but it'll happen eventually, so I'm not too concerned about it. Let's claim these rewards. So yeah, we need to do our Space Temple. And that's what I'll do, and I'll also do as much campaign as I can, and then I'll be back. Hey guys, so I've completed a bunch more campaign, and I did the Space Temple, and I also did just collect some random rewards here and there. And so now let's just continue doing on this chapter quest. So it says Enhanced Echo, let's just do that real quick. And actually I should change the echo to the legendary one that we picked, and let's just increase it by 1 level. I'm not too concerned about using these blue color echoes because most of them aren't good. So now we've completed this, and hopefully we can just claim everything that we can. I do need to hit chapter 20 in order to continue on in campaign because it's currently not letting me. And we are able to do that, which is great. So let's enhance one artifact to level 16. Let's see if we have any 6-star ones available. And we do not, but I do see that we did just get a chest, so this will be quite useful. So I do kind of want to save this actually, so I guess for now I'll just spend some gold on maxing the existing artifact. So it's not ideal, but we'll make do with it. I'll enhance this one. And if we go back, we can continue and see if we can claim more stuff. And now we have to clear campaign. So first off, let's just see if there's anything else that we can use. So this is double emblems, which is not that important. Let's do our dispatch. There's more milestones we can collect. And let's see what we have for guild events. So some nice rewards here as well. And once again, they're reminding me to do this, but okay, I didn't claim a coin the previous time. And let's do our summons. So we have 30 summons and we're actually getting close to another legend hero. So another chance for hopefully something good. Over here we got Anton, which is not bad, but I'm not sure if I'll be using him. Let's use our Supremes. And Supremes actually have pretty high chance for a legendary hero, but so far I've been quite unlucky in terms of getting early pities. And so now I'll just continue doing campaign as far as I can once again. But just before we do that, let's just claim all these items. And I also want to level up my Liz and my Sana as much as I can right now. So in particular, I want to level my Liz. So let's go back to the Mysterious Tavern and craft. And let's see if I have enough eyes to level her. So I do not. And actually we do, we can just unlock these. So I shouldn't have these characters here. Let's put our legendaries. And you should never be feeding your legendaries as food, for if you are wondering. So now we have Awaken 5 Liz, which is great. We can try and level her as much as we can. And for Asana, since we are going to regress her eventually, I might as well use the skill scrolls on her while we still are using her. So she's almost max skill. And let's also remember to do Liz's last emblem. And her speed is pretty good right now. So the goal is 1600. And we should be able to hit it, especially after we unlock this artifact, which in fact we already have. So we are looking for a speed artifact, so that doesn't really qualify, but it's still okay. So let's just put whatever we can on her. I'll level this a little bit. And mainly just to get this defense stat up. And I'll also, oh yeah, so I can't equip this on her, she's not from Wizard's faction. And yeah, now I'll continue doing campaign and I'll see you again when I get stuck. So I completed until the next difficulty, I believe it's Nightmare stage 210 or 310. And now they're telling me that I have to do complete this main quest in order to continue campaign, so I have to claim all these rewards. And I also have to do a bunch of space temples, so I'll do that and then I'll be back. So we're back, I cleared 2 space temples and now I can claim more stuff. And we're getting a whole bunch of skill scrolls, which is very nice to have. And so a lot of these we've actually done, which is good. We got a purple eye. And I'm not sure what I'll do with this now. I might save it to collect 10 to use as a legend eye, or I might use it on one of my epic characters. I'll decide later. And now we have to clear floors in Tower of Marks. So let's try and get that done. But actually I do not even have the keys for it. So I guess I'll have to wait before I can continue on with that section. But in the meantime, I can continue wishing using the wishes that I've just gotten. So I'm really hoping I do get an early pity with these Supremes. But unfortunately I didn't, and this account's been pretty unlucky so far, I would say. Regardless, we can just claim whatever we have here. Get one more Supreme. Get excellent rune. And let's also do our Advanced Arena while we're at it. So I'm really not too bothered about my actual performance in Arena since the focus is to complete campaign. So let's use something like this, and ideally you do this manually, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to get these battles done using multi-stamina. Excuse me. And we've also unlocked the Sanctuary, so this is where we can put our heroes which are ascended, and it will give us some minor buffs. And so once again, let's go back to do our summons. And ideally we do wait for to get 3 excellent runes naturally, which is very easy to do, but I will, however, spend some gems in order to do it. I don't think there's any current place in the game I can use to get the excellent runes that I need. Or perhaps I could get some here. I get 1 Supreme Rune, which is nice. There's no summons here. And Hero Training Gold does give me 1. So yeah, what I will do is, after summoning, I'm going to use gems to get the remaining 2 summons just to see if I can get a legendary. It's not the most optimal thing to do, but I'm only going to be playing this account to complete campaign, so I don't really have to concern myself with the long term. So I'll just spend 2 excellent runes, and we'll see the legendary hero that I get. So we got Indra. Indra is actually pretty good, but we do need Dianmu with him in order for him to deal a lot of damage. I'm not sure whether he's going to be better than something like Makin. I don't think so, because he does also only really do single target damage. So not the most useful character to have. And so right now we are at somewhat of a roadblock simply because we do not have enough Tower of Marquees. So what I will do in the meantime is complete campaign, and once I do have enough keys I will complete the tower until I've completed that quest. So it should be pretty straightforward. I just need to maybe level up some characters for each mark, and then it will be pretty straightforward to complete that quest. So I'll be back when I finish doing that. Alright, so I'm back, and I did the Space Temple, and I also cleared these Tower of Mark levels. I did full auto, so there's no skill involved. There was really nothing much to see. And I also cleared campaign up to I think stage 1010 in Nightmare mode. So now we have to do a bunch of stages in Equipment Dungeon, but in the meantime we can also claim all these. And this is good because it's another 6-star gear piece, and we can complete the set. And we can just claim everything that we have once again. So actually, there's not really any limitation between me having to wait for the second day of the server. It was just that I was kind of busy, and so I didn't have time to continue doing the progress that I've made so far within the first day. But if you are available and have the time to do so, you definitely could have done it. So far I haven't felt that I've hit any roadblocks in terms of time where I have to wait for any progress, but hopefully we won't face that issue anytime soon. So once again, just doing my summons. I'm gonna wait until I have 10 excellent wishes. And let's see. Nothing interesting happening. Let's just send our rune to that one guy. And so now I'll just clear some stages in the equipment dungeon and then I'll be back again. Okay, so I've completed the required amount of dungeons. And let's see how far we can get in the chapter next. So a whole bunch of supreme summons, which is nice, and I need to clear floors in the Tower of Mark. I think we can maybe do that right now. So let's see how far we can go. Like I said, so far I've just been using full auto. And so we're stuck at 14 for yellow tower. And let's do red tower now. And we couldn't get any progress there. And for the other two towers, we don't have any leveled characters, so this may be a problem. You can see how far this takes us. So I'm just gonna level maybe Judy here, and I'll give her some gear, and I'll give her some XP. And we do have a good amount of gold, I believe, so yeah, we have a very good amount of gold. So I'm just gonna use the auto level gear function to make her stronger. This may not be the most optimal thing to do in terms of saving your resources, but I think it's fine. Let me just gear up another character as well. Let's give her some levels. Okay. And let's do the same for blue tower. So for blue tower, we can also level Margarita a little bit. And okay, so we're stuck here. And let's just see how many more levels we need. So we need 7 more levels, so that's pretty attainable. But let me just do my summons first. And so as with every time that we do hit a wall, I just will level up my characters. So let's just do one more summon. And so let's see what I can do to upgrade my characters even further. I think I want to focus on doing the green and red towers, or green and blue rather. So let's see, we can always regress a character later, so I'm not concerned, as I've said, about what I really do with my resources right now. So what I think I'll do is I'll level Margarita. Now Margarita isn't a good character by any means, but I'm just doing this for her to help with the dungeon with Tower of Mark. So we can level up her here. Let's see if we can bring her exclusives up. Let's just bring it to exclusive 1. Let's give her an echo for survivability. We can move this back later. Let's give her some better gear. So we can give her... She's a direct damage dealer, so actually we can just give her Sana's gear. So what I'm going to do is I will save this preset. And then I'll move the gear over to her. Like so. And I think we should be able to get a few more stages with our Margarita. So we need 2 more stages, I think. Yeah, 2 more stages, so now I will level the green tower instead. So let's do so. Let's just see however high we can get her. And she's not even a damage dealer, but I think it will be fine. I'm just gonna once again give her the gear of our Sana. And let's see what's the issue. So okay, maybe instead we can give Judy the gear. So let's level Judy. And let's up her skills. Let's give her gear. And let's... wait, we can't give her Echo because she's not at a high exclusive. So we just need to clear one more. Sometimes you can spam the try again and it'll work, but not in this scenario. But I think what we can simply do is level her up like this. Let's see if this works. And it does. So now we've cleared enough. And let's just go however far we can go. So extra 2 more stages. Let's remember to claim our rewards. So I have a whole bunch of energy in the stamina bank. You should have a lot of energy in the early stages of the game. Let me accept some of these friend requests just so that I can get some additional resources. And now we can claim. We need to own a level 140 hero. We can do that by just maxing our Liz, which we will want to do anyway eventually. And now we have to clear campaign, so that's what I'll do. So I'm actually stuck at stage 1010, and it's mainly because I don't really have much damage and I only really also have Liz as my survivability. So right now I'm just leveling my skills. I want to focus on speed, but at the same time I do want to make sure that I have a balance on other skills, so I'm leveling my speed to 10 and then I'm leveling the remaining just about equally. So this is fine. And then for my yellow mark, I also want to level my skills. And now I have a lot more speed, and this seems pretty good. Let's see if I can use anything else here. Okay, so great. And now ideally I want to see if I can bring my Sana up one more exclusive if possible. Or I'm also considering using the purple eye I've got to get Liz to exclusive 3, because in that case I will get her shield. So let's see if there's any other upgrades I can do first. So her build seems pretty alright. Let's take a look at our Sana. So Sana perhaps may actually need more survivability, and actually her gear on her is really quite bad, and that's because I forgot to put back the original gear that I had on her. So that may be part of the problem. And now I will try and fight stage 1010 again, and if it doesn't work, I will see you. If not, I'll just continue campaign for however long I can. So with just the changes that I showed you, I managed to complete Nightmare campaign. And now they're prompting me to go to Faction Abyss, so I will clear as much as I can in Doom Legion, since that's where my Liz is built. And I also will clear as much as I can in Sana's faction. So actually I think it would be better if I did remove these 2 characters, because then I would get stars for not having any characters die, but it's fine. And now we must look for Sana's faction. I'm not actually sure which one it is. So Sunset Sages, which is over here. And we can just put her by herself, and I think she'll clear to maybe around stage 6. So we clear until stage 5, which is fine as well. And now I believe I have another space temple to do, and we've also unlocked Elemental City. So Elemental City will actually be a lot easier if you have a good guild, because then they can give you a hero assist for strong characters. So let's see what my guild has provided. In fact, I don't think they've even unlocked Elemental City yet, so you can see there's no assist being given to me. So what I'll do is I will try and complete Elemental City as far as possible, and I will also do the Space Temple, and then that's when I'll next see you guys. So I cleared the Space Temple and I did a little bit of Elemental City. I'm stuck here because I don't have a burn damage dealer. Or actually I probably could use Ana here, but it's fine. I'll do that maybe later. And more importantly, I've completed this quest. So now we have to complete Hell mode. And before we do that, let's do our summons once again. So we're getting close to a legendary hero. Maybe we can get early pity. And we have 20 summons here. Even if you don't get a legendary though, you're getting a lot of food, which is important so you can level up your heroes. And that's just as important. And now let's just craft our food. And let's take a look at the epics if there's any we can consume. So this one is fine. As I mentioned before, you need to be careful and know which epics are worth giving up and what epics are not. And hopefully this means that we can awaken Sana. So we cannot do so yet, which is not an issue. And now we also have unlocked Aura, so we unlock Auras at the same time as we unlock Faction Abyss. So there's nothing wrong with just creating a simple Aura to help make your character slightly stronger. And I think what I'll use is Healing Effect for our Liz, because she does do a good amount of healing. And now I will continue with Campaign and see how far I'm able to go. So I'm now stuck at Hell stage 310. That's fine because we still have a bunch of rewards to claim and other stuff to do. So let's just clear all this. Now they're asking me to clear stage 310, but first I have items to claim. Let's see, so I have a Faction Artifact Selection chest, and this will be very useful for my Liz. I actually would rather use it on my Sana, but chances are I'm going to stop using her at some point, whereas Liz I will more likely use for a longer term, so this would be better on my Liz. But first, let's also just claim any rewards that we have. And I do have a Supreme Wish to use. So still no early pity. This account honestly has been really quite unlucky so far, but you make do with what you have. So there are some rewards to claim here as well, which I forgot to do. We got a Mastery set, which is nice, but Sana isn't a damage over time damage dealer, so for now I won't be making use of it. Let's just accept all of these if we can. And just take a look and see if there are any other rewards we can claim. So let's claim this. I won't claim these Classic Arena tickets yet. And I believe in the shop we can collect here. Besides that, I think that's all. And now let's see how we can upgrade our team once again. So I remember we were kind of close to upgrading our Sana the previous time, so maybe with more food that we've just gotten, we can do so. So what we can do actually is, after this, we can craft manually. So let's look for our 4-star characters and we can give the lousy epic heroes. And let's do it again, so not very useful. And I believe now we will have enough to get our Sana up 1 level, which is exactly what we can do here. And we can also give her an aura, but actually first let's increase her talents. Talents are really strong, So we can do all damage dealt and direct damage dealt. And for survivability, we can do self HP is reduced by 25% or more. You can just take this damage receive one, or spontaneous recovery. Both of these are good, but first let me level her skills. So maybe we can do level 4 now. I don't think we can do level 5, so let's do level 4. And let's just max out her talents. Maybe 10 more should be fine. Let's start with 5. Now we're maxed. And claim our rewards. And I think I'll go for this one when she takes less damage. As for aura, I don't think it really matters what we choose here, but I'm just gonna pick one just so we can get a little bit more stats. And now we can continue in campaign, and hopefully this will work, and we'll see how far we can get. So I managed to hit Hell stage 5-5 before losing, and now we will just claim once again our rewards. And I also did upgrade the gear on my Sana, so I just leveled these gears to 16 and I put a A3 artifact on her. But besides that, it was a pretty easy auto all the way. So now I have to clear campaign once again. Let's see if I have any space temples to do, which I do. And so what I'll do is I'll clear space temples, and then I'll probably do my summons, and then I'll go back to completing campaign. Let's just collect these rewards real quick, and I do want to get my Sana up to Awaken 5, so we do need 3 more eggs, and I can get 2 of them by regressing Margarita, so I only actually need 1 more egg. So let's see if I can get that. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any epic heroes that I can consume. Most of the characters I have here are pretty good, although actually I can consume our Kristen. And I'll replace it with Judy, so I can put Kristen, this guy, and actually the rest of these characters are fairly useful, so it may not be the best idea for me to use them as food. So I'll hold off for now, but I am getting close to some summons, so I'll be getting some food soon. So I will, like I said, I'll do Space Temple, and then I will, if possible, level my Sana to A5, and after that I'll continue doing campaign. So one thing I forgot that we could actually do to level our characters is just use this Dragon Cliff function. So this actually isn't really very energy efficient, but at the start of the game you do have so much energy, I would say you can afford to do so. So that's what I'm doing now, and I have a whole bunch of eggs, and I think this will allow me to level my character. So I also got some wishes, and now I can do a ×10 summon here. And now with this food, I believe we should be able to level up our Sana to 5 stars without even having to regress our Margarita. So that's exactly the case here. And this is great because I can get her to level 150 soon, and more importantly, or just as important perhaps, I can get this talent, which is very valuable. So hopefully I'll get enough XP to bring her to 150. In fact, I think I can just regress Margarita, but it's probably not worth it at this stage. So for now, we'll just stick with what we have. For my Echo, I do want to level up the Echo if possible, but it doesn't seem I have the resources for it. And so now I will, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to complete the Space Temple and I'll do campaign. So I managed to clear to stage 8-5, and I did swap the Echo on Liz onto Sana because Sana was having trouble surviving, so I gave her a little more HP from her Echo. And so we're at stage 8-5, and let's see what we can claim now. We have a Legendary Eye. And now we need to clear to stage 810. I think we should have unlocked the new Space Temple by now. And actually we have not. So we do need to clear a bit more in campaign, and hopefully we can get past this stage 8. And I'll get back to you when I do. So I managed to clear stage 8.5, but 8.6 is giving me trouble, and I think this is a stage where I have to start building a third character, or at least get another better character. So right now I do have 2 Supreme Runes, and that means I can get 1 Legendary Hero. And let's see what I can get. So this will be a guaranteed Legendary. And I got Guhana, who's a good support, but not really something that we really need in terms of damage. That was something I was looking for. So I'm kind of thinking what I should be doing next, and let's take a look at our team. So I already have Liz, who's a good support. I use the purple eye on her as well because this buff is really strong, where her shield increases from 20% to 40%. And I do believe that at this stage I need a second damage dealer. So it might be time for me to start leveling someone like Ana. I still don't believe that Indra is going to be very useful for me because he's a character which is very reliant on Dianmu. And without Dianmu, he will have a lot of difficulty trying to inflict these thunderstorm marks, which is where his damage comes from. So and when he takes extra turns as well, it will cause him to lose the shields that he gets from Liz, so that is an additional problem. So what I think I'll do is, like I said, I'll build my Ana, and right now it might take a while because we don't have that many of these eggs. I'm also going to regress Margarita at this stage. So if we find her, we can remove her from the sanctuary. Let's put our Ana in. And we want to regress her, so let's do so. And now we can awaken her slowly as we get more eggs, so there's not too much of a rush. Let's level her skills. Ana is also not that great of a character, but as seen in my summon so far, I have been pretty unlucky and haven't gotten anything good. And that's actually not a bad thing for the sake of this video, because if I were to get some OP legendary hero like Lance, then this video may not be as educational. So let's put some gears on her. So Ana is a burn damage dealer, and that means that I want mastery and attack. So you can see that her damage skills of attack, and for all damage over time characters, she also requires mastery. So let's find any good mastery gears we can put on her. And we don't have a mastery set yet. I believe campaign actually does give one. Yeah, so there is a mastery set. And I guess I just did not see it. So if we go to mastery, we do have a mastery set. The substats seem like it's nothing special, but we do get 40% mastery just off this passive effect, so that will be very useful. So hopefully I get speed here, or attack. Attack's fine, but unfortunately it's not attack rate. I wouldn't mind HP rate here just for some survivability, and mastery and attack rate here will both be good. Excuse me. So now we have, I was hoping that we would have a mastery main stat artifact piece, but I think I'll just choose this because it gives me more defensive stats and I do get a good amount of attack from it. So Ana's not going to be immediately useful until we actually get some level her up to higher exclusives. And we also can put an aura on her and work on her emblems over time. And so I'll probably do this Dragon Cliff and get some eggs, and hopefully I can get her to a higher exclusives, higher awakening level, and and then after that I'll see whether I can complete the next stage of campaign. Hey guys, so a lot of changes since the most recent update. So what I did was I completed campaign until this stage, Hell 10-3, and this is where I'm starting to struggle, or I've hit a roadblock. And so what I decided to do, because at the same time I cleared the space temples and claimed the campaign quest, and now as you can see I need to do Endless Cloister, but the issue with that is that I'm not at level 30. So best way to hit get experience fast is to do your quick auto drops here, which I've done, and complete your campaign drops. And also what you can do is complete your daily and advanced quests, and you also get a little bit from advanced stages. So what I decided to do to maximize my energy and get some XP from completing campaign stages at the same time is I completed 3-star for Common, Hard, and Nightmare mode. And what that also means is now that I've been able to unlock all these gear sets, which will be very useful for me to make my characters even stronger. And one thing that I also changed since the previous time you saw me is that I decided, or rather I realized that I don't actually need a second damage dealer for now. I need more survivability. So I regressed my Ana, and instead I started building my Farnell. So I do need more eggs to level him to 5 stars, but for now this team was working pretty well. And besides that, I haven't really touched the Tower of Faction Abyss since the previous time, and I have completed Space Temple up to stage 13. So now I do have some summons, and let's just make use of them. So we got nothing of value right now, and hopefully you can get a legendary. So we got a list copy, that's actually really nice. Even though I have an exclusive tree already, I can get some extra stats and mages, so I'm hoping that I will get one more legendary by the time we complete this challenge to complete Hell. And so let's raise our Liz's exclusive, so that does require us to level this Liz to 5 first. And now we can bring up her exclusive to exclusive 4. So it's just some extra speed and some stats, but it's better than nothing. So let's take a quick look at our builds. And I'm pretty happy with our build so far. So for our Sana, the crit damage, I mean these stats aren't too amazing, but I would say it's pretty solid still. She only has 36% crit rate, but thankfully her special 2 does give her an additional 50%, which is very useful. And then for her Echo, we just have a basic crit damage one, not leveled at all. Her Aura, I gave her Victory Rush, so I did this previously, I'm pretty sure it was on video. And for Liz, we have very nice speed. You only actually need 1.6k for campaign, and we have her at 1.8, so this is really nice. Her health is decent, I hopefully can get it higher, but we do have level 12 Echo here, so I leveled her Echo through the market. I did spend 1000 gems here on this Energy Hourglass. If you're watching this video, this event may not be out currently, it comes from time to time, but it's not a big deal whether you level the Echo or not, it's just a nice to have. And for her Aura, we have just this healing effect one, nothing too special. And I believe Emblems, yeah, so okay, all my Emblems are maxed, which is good. And now, like I said, we have unlocked a feather set, and I can replace her boots and her accessory here. And so let's compare. Definitely it will almost definitely be better, and that's mainly because of higher base stats. So just so you can tell, if you didn't know about this, you can see that even though they are both legendary gear pieces, the star value matters a lot. So at level 16, this 4-star boots only gives 144 speed, whereas the 6-star boots gives 216. And so this is a lot better. You can see my health will go up a lot, and my speed goes down for a bit, but that will be fine because I'm gonna use these boots as well. So let's move over and use this feather set here, and let's also level this to 16 and equip. So now we have increased our stats by quite a good amount. The speed is about the same because we actually had a really nice roll on our speed in one of the other pieces that we were using. So if you take a look here, the other piece that we had I believe it was maybe a normal speed piece. Yeah, we had really nice 72 speed, but overall this is definitely better. You can see that we have higher HP here, so definitely worth making the change. And we still have 2 more pieces of this HP speed set, and this can go on our funnel. So let's see what our funnel has. Both have speed subsets, which is actually really nice, but the benefit from just using the set is definitely worth it. So we also got a +2 roll here, which is very nice. And let's equip here. And unfortunately we're running low on gold, but that's not too much of a concern. So what I can do is do some dungeons, and you can see that the first clear rewards for a lot of these dungeons gives quite a good amount of gold. And so off camera I'll probably be doing these dungeons to get more gold, and then I'll level Farnell's gear, especially these 6-star ones, to level 16. And besides that, we are stuck for a while as we are waiting to hit level 30. So I think tomorrow I will collect my campaign drops and do my daily and advanced quest tomorrow as well. And in the meantime, I will still push our campaign and see how far we can get. So actually, let's just try once and see if we've gotten strong enough between now and then to make it work. So I think this is also a good time to show how I play this team, and it's very straightforward. So let's take out some energy. So I may not necessarily beat this stage because I didn't previously, but the main idea is that you know the concept of the team. So actually the main team is just these front 3 characters, and so I always start off with a shield, and I always use both shields just to keep me alive, and then I will use Sana's special 4, and that does a lot of damage. So the main thing is, ideally I just want to try and make sure that I have my skills up for the start of each wave. So for now I don't care whether my Indra is low, I only care about these 3 characters, so I don't need to use the heal yet. And I can just use a basic attack, and I want to make sure that I kill these characters as fast as I can, and hopefully I don't die in the process. So this is looking good. Now I can heal our Farnell to keep him up. Like I said, no point healing Indra because he doesn't do anything for the team anyway. And now I could use this skill, but I don't think I will because, like I said, I want it to be available at the start of next wave, so instead I'll use a special 2 skill. And I can use list basics, even though I have the shield up. Like I said, I don't want to use it. And I will use a heal, however, just to make sure that my Sana doesn't die here. And I'm keeping our Farnell shield up as well. Using the second skill is as important. The main thing is that the skill which gives the barrier is available. So now I'm at the next stage. I can shield again with both my characters. And I can use my AoE attack here. And it's also important to see which characters are dealing the most damage to your team. So it seems that it's these 3 characters on the left. So I'll take out this poison guy first. I will heal up my Sana. And then next you can attack here. Always focus your attacks and try and kill 1 enemy at a time. So hopefully we can stay alive here. And I think if I kill this player, we should survive this round. So I'm going to make Liz heal herself. So we take this character out, and now this character alone shouldn't be able to do enough damage to hurt us. So now for the last stage, hopefully we can still beat it with this lineup. So once again, look at who's doing the most damage. It seems like it's this right character and maybe these 2 on the left. But mostly the poison. Poison's really annoying. So we kill him, we heal our Sana. Now Sana can take out probably this guy. He has the lowest health. I feel like if she attacks another character, they might survive and then they'll do a bunch of damage. And next we will take out the lowest health character. So I think this guy's slightly lower. And we can shield up, so that will help us survivability. And now we have special 4 backup and we can attack the whole team. And we cleared the stage. So you can see it's very important to make sure you have your skills up as you need them, especially at the start of the round. So I'll continue doing campaign and see how far I can get. And I'm mainly just waiting for tomorrow, like I said, so I can complete my quest and get some XP. And when we hit level 30, we can proceed in this campaign quest. So I'll see you guys then. So it's a new day, and while we are waiting to hit level 30, I just did all my daily quests and I just claimed all the rewards from every location that I could. I also tried to complete a little more in campaign. I'm somewhat stuck here, but I think I could beat it if I manual correctly and just do some auto fights. But in the meantime, I did get enough summons to get my next legendary hero. And we got Grace. So Grace is a decent support, but I don't think it's a character that we will be using. So one thing I also did manage to do is that I did manage to... Okay, wait, let's collect our miracles first. Let's see if we have enough to summon, which we don't. I'll just... why not? Let's just summon. I don't expect that we'll get anything, but we can get some food. So 3 more summons. If we even get an epic, I'll be quite happy with it, because hopefully if it's a bad one, I can use it for food for leveling my heroes. So last miracle. And we got Ganon. So now, what I also did was, in this make sale event, since it's day 3, I did get enough of these red tokens and I used it to collect this hero selection chest. And from the hero selection chest, I picked Mekin, who is the best epic damage dealer. So what I'm gonna test is I'm gonna regress my Sana and build my Mekin instead. And hopefully it works well, and that Mekin will be a better damage dealer than my Sana. So I think this is most likely going to be the case. My only concern is that my build for Mekin may not be as strong as my Sana, because my Sana actually has some pretty decent stats over here, but I will make the changes, and if it's better, I'll complete more campaign quests until I'm stuck once again. So I just hit level 30, and before I did hit level 30, I did do a bunch of other stuff. So I had some summons from Arena Reset on Monday and some of the small events that we've had. So I did do some summons. I didn't get anything worth noting except for an extra copy of Liz. So I will bring Liz to this 5 stars, and then I will be able to raise our Liz's exclusive to exclusive 5. So this is just a nice to have. And I also increased my star level of Farnell to level 5, and I do still have to max out his emblem, so I will do that soon. I did test Mekin and Sana, and I did feel that Sana was overall a better option for now. So maybe in the future I might change back, but I did test Mekin and Sana actually has been doing better. So for now I'm using her. And one of the main reasons for that is also because I do have better gear for Sana than I do for Mekin. And my Mekin was only at exclusive 0, so he wasn't too useful compared to Sana, who I happen to have at exclusive 1. So depending on your individual scenario, Mekin might be better for you. You should always do the test. And so now we have hit level 30, and I have unlocked Endless Cloister. So I will just try and clear as much as I can. And once I do that, I'll get back to the video and we'll see how we can make our characters even stronger. Okay, so I did up to stage 14, and that seems to be where I'm stuck at. So let's also just claim all these rewards. Let's equip our hero with a blessing. And let's take a look at what I've gotten. I actually didn't really pay attention as I was getting them, and we'll equip whatever is best for our characters. So let's put this basic attack damage, that would be very nice. And maybe we can find a crit damage, or attack rate is pretty good, so let's put this attack rate. And I don't really want to put the speed on our Sana. I think I'll prefer putting speed on my Liz. So let's put the speed blessings on Liz. We have this A tier epic and this A tier rare. So let's put speed on her. Maybe I can put defense on Sana, because I do feel like she has been having some struggle surviving. And I'm looking for HP rate blessings, because that will allow my healers to give even more shields, but it doesn't seem that I've gotten any. But I think we had some decent options here, so I'm quite happy with what we've gotten. So let's claim the rewards. Got a purple eye, and now we just have to clear a campaign. So there's not much else for us to do but just make our teams as strong as possible. And once again, let's just claim what we can. And I want to see if I have enough food to level my list. So still I don't have enough. Hopefully we can do some summons, which we only have 2. Let's check our events if there's anything for us to claim. So I think we can spend some gems here. And this might give us some more things to summon or some runes. So 1 echo rune, that's nothing too special. Some coins. And more coins. So unfortunately we didn't get anything from that. And I'm just trying to do a quick check to see if there's anything I can do which will give me some runes. And I can do 5 of these runs, so let's go to Gwyneth over here and let's do 5 times multi-battle. And while that's going on, oh, we do have this ice skating event, so every Monday you should get a minigame. I'm not going to put much thought into this. I'm probably not taking the optimal route, but I'm not very concerned about it. So let's just go here. And we can do this. Like so. Go down here. And like this, and you should be able to complete it. And actually I didn't want the +2 there, but it's not a big deal. So the next stage, let's go here. Let's claim all these. And what we can do is this. And nice, so we completed Gwyneth already while we were doing this challenge. And ooh, I should have done that. That was a bad choice, but it's not a big deal. So we can go here now. And how should we get there? So in 2 moves I'll be able to complete this. And let's see, we can collect some of our daily stuff, I think. Only 1 excellent rune for level 30, that's kind of pathetic, but it's not a big deal. Collect our 2 excellent runes here. Let's see our championship, we can do a pick'em, which I already did. We can just do our arena. I'm just gonna use some gems for the stamina so that you don't have to watch me do it on video. And let's just take one last look if there's any rewards. Let's do our world boss. So we do get 50 gems, and that's the main benefit for doing this boss at this stage of the game. We have Broken Land signups, Guild Arena signups as well. This guild actually is pretty dead, so there's not much incentive to take part. You should be joining a better guild. We have double faction abyss drops. Why not? We can do our Doom Legion so that we can make her aura stronger. And for some reason she can't clear it. Okay. And we can claim some other stuff. Okay, so let's see what we have now. We have exactly 10 excellence, which is perfect. We got some good food. Do our wishes here as well. And let's claim our rewards here. And we've also unlocked the Rainbow Diamond store, so I'm not going to be able to get anything here because we are so early into the game, but for you guys, you should be saving for Santa over here. And just taking a look at anything else I can get. But it doesn't seem to be the case, so let's go to our Mysterious Tavern. Let's level up some food. And so we have 4-star food. Let's level up the list now. So I don't need these 2 epic heroes, they don't really do anything. And now we can exclusive 5 our list. Can level her aura as well. Maybe we can do a better aura. Not really. So let's just level her aura to the max. Let's take a look at our list. Increase direct damage, that's pretty good. Can we level it? We can, so this is very nice. And we don't have any more blue runestones, but it's not a big deal. And we also need to do our Farnell talents. So I don't think I have enough energy to do his talents. So what I'll do is I'll wait until I have enough energy, I'll max out his talents, and once I do that, I'll go back to campaign and we'll see how far we can get before getting stuck again. And I'll get back to you then. Hey guys, so I managed to hit campaign 1210, and before we go in and see whether we can beat it, because I'm not sure if I can, I will show what my account progress is looking like. So I'm level 30 right now, and these are my heroes. So actually in this run, I've not really gotten anything of note. So the best characters I've gotten in terms of long-term content is Indra, but Indra on his own is not very useful, and he does require Dianmu to become good. And we also have Grace, who is used for some bleed teams. I think she's now slightly outclassed, but still somewhat useful later in the game when you have more bleed characters. But besides that, I don't actually have any strong character, so I'm not really counting the epics, because once you're past the early game, you don't really use epics too much. And so how I've beaten campaign up to this stage so far is primarily through these 3 characters. So we have Farnell, Liz, and Sana. So both Farnell and Liz are shielders, and Sana is our main damage dealer. So I do, as you can see, put in 2 additional heroes, and this is Guhana and Anton. So the reason I have these 2 heroes are just to help me slightly. So these characters will always die within the first wave because they are simply not built, but they will get a turn off before they die. So I put Guhana inside because during the one turn that she gets to use, I can give the rest of my team speed up 1. So this just makes the first wave easier. Of course, I still have to fight the second and third wave normally with just these 3 characters. And as for Anton, he doesn't do that much, but he does have a decent passive, which helps just give me a bit of defensive capabilities, and he also gives me a shield, which again is very negligible because he's not well built, and he also increases turn meter, so this is the most important part. So I get some increased turn meter just slightly in the first wave. But honestly, even without these 2 characters, I can most likely clear everything that I've done so far with just these 3 core heroes. So let's also take a quick look at the builds for these characters. So let's take a look at Sana first. And Sana, her special 4 gives her 50% crit rate up. So I did build her with not as much crit as needed. In fact, I do have quite little. I only have 18%. And I want to take this opportunity to highlight how important speed is. So initially, I actually ran this crit rate and crit damage gear on Sana. And you can take a look at these stats. They're actually pretty decent. So we have +2 crit damage, and we have +1 crit rate over here, alongside the very strong +10% crit rate and 15% crit damage main stats from using the gear. And I was having some struggle surviving when I was using this gear. And so you can see what I did was I changed the gear on her to instead these speed sets. So originally I was running half of this crit rate set, and I was running half attack set, and I changed it to half attack set and half feather set. So as you can see, feather gives me HP and speed, and also because these gears are 6-star, you get them for free from daily login. They're 6-star, the base stats are much higher, so I get a free 216 speed compared to like this 5-star gear, which only gives 180 speed. And I also get some nice defense rate, and for this one I get also a lot of speed, and I don't even lose that much attack from using this feather set because once again 6-star gear, so I get a higher attack stat as compared to another piece. For example, this 5-star piece, I only get 1800 attack. So overall, this changes has made my Sana survive a lot more, and at least based on the team I'm using, I just need to focus on surviving and I will eventually do enough damage. Sana still does a decent amount of damage even at this stage. So let's take a look at our list build. List build uses half feather set and half speed set. So the main focus for this one is just to get as much speed as possible. So that's basically what I'm doing. As for the artifacts, you can see I'm very focused on HP, and that's because the amount of shield she gives is based on her total health. So for this one, you can see I don't really have a good alternative, so I just use defense, which just increases her survivability. And for this one, I don't believe I have a speed option, so once again, I have HP. And it's not a bad thing by any means to have HP. And for Farnell, very similar situation, half speed, half set feather set. A lot of focus into HP stats and as well as speed. So you can see for the artifacts I have HP once again, HP here. And for this one, I don't think I have any other good options. So I do have this defense one, which is a better main stat than attack, but this one does have additional health compared to the defense one, so I took it because once again, as a shielder, Farnell's shield health depends on his own health. So the last thing I want to show regarding the builds are the speed comparisons. So you can see that every hero I have is above 1600 speed, and that's the requirement that you should be giving yourself for campaign. And you can see that my Sana has the highest speed among the 3 characters, so she has 1787. My second highest is Farnell at 1762, and my third highest is Liz. So this is all a very strategic decision, and let me also explain why. So you can see that shields for these characters last 2 turns, right? So grants a shield for 2 turns, and for Farnell, grants a shield for 2 turns. So a turn is counted when your hero takes a turn itself. So if my Liz were to be the first one to take a turn, so she uses a shield, and then let's say my Sana goes next, my Sana attacking will count as a turn of the shield, which means that I only in reality have 1 turn of the shield on this Sana. So by having my Sana as the fastest character, she attacks first, then subsequently one of my other characters uses a shield, such as Farnell, and that gives me 2 turns for the shield to last instead of 1. And I've also min-maxed this even more, so you can see that the reason why Liz has less speed than Farnell is because I don't use both shields at the same time. So the way most battles start is I will use Sana's special 4, then I will use Farnell's shield, and then I won't use Liz's shield, but rather I'll use her basic attack. So what will happen is the enemy will attack, and usually they will deal damage to my entire shield. They deal enough damage to destroy my shield, and they will do slightly more damage onto my heroes itself. And so I chose Liz to be the second character to do the shield. And so Farnell uses shield first, followed by Liz the following turn. And the reason why I want her to use the shield second is because not only does she give a shield, but she also gives healing as well. So if I were to do it the other way, where my Liz is the one using shield first and then Farnell the subsequent turn, then the healing effect of Liz will be very useless. So you can see that there's all these details which really add up. And in addition to these gears, you can see the echoes that I'm using. So I'm just using a basic elite echo, so very easy to obtain to increase her crit damage. As for Liz, I'm using Bloody Fight, so this you can obtain for free from the beginner wish, and just HP rate, which is good for her survivability and for her shield. And for Farnell, this one I guess is a bit more interesting. I gave him this Divine Barrier, so that gives your team additional defense and helps a little bit with survivability. I did at some point consider using this Traveler's Diary. So this gives a buff to your teammates. You can see it's either attack, crit damage or skill damage. And this is somewhat useful for Sana to deal more damage, but I felt that the gain in damage was not as good as the gain in survivability which I got from this echo. As for auras, I just have some healing effects. So Fanel, there's a little bit of healing on his second skill, you can see here. For Liz, I believe I also gave her the same thing, healing effect as well. And for Sana, I gave her this blue one, which increases her direct damage. And you can see that the levels on these echoes are not very high, so the stats gained from it isn't too significant. As for emblems, you can see here, I'm not going to go through it one by one, but of course for my shielders, I'm going to give them speed as the main stat, the most important one. And for Sana, I gave her crit damage, which is going to increase her damage quite notably. And for blessings, this one, you're going to have different blessings than me, but just give your character some survivability, as you can see. Give attack, or if you're using something like Mackin, give mastery as well. And I just gave whatever remnants that I could get. These are not good blessings by any means. And for my supporters, I focus more on speed. And I also gave the effect rest, even though it's very little, I gave the effect rest to Liz, because you do not want your shielders to get stunned. If not, they can't shield your team. And for Fanel, you can see I don't even have any blessings on him, because most of the blessings I have are really weak and nothing that worth of note. So now we can take a look at our Sanctuary. And I only have 3 characters at Awaken level 5. And I would assume that if you are around my stage of the game, so this account is 4 days old, but I only really started playing at the end of the first day, so it's closer to around 3 days old. And I only have 3 characters at A5. You may have less, you may have more. It really depends on the situation. And for talents, I only did multi-battle in arena, so I didn't manually try and win every fight. So it's not too optimal in terms of the number of wins I got, but you can see the stats are very minimal. And I just want to show what my stats are, so I focus on speed primarily, and then attack for red mark, which is Sana's mark, and for force mark, which is Liz's mark, I focus on speed and HP. So the reason why I'm going through this is because I just want to show that my stats are not anything significant, and there really isn't anything that extraordinary about my account. And it really is just to highlight that even with characters which are not good, and obviously for early campaign Liz, it's pretty decent, but there are so many better options. And I mean, I'm using 2 epic heroes and 1 hero which is given for free. So chances are, if you have even some decent luck, because this account honestly has been pretty unlucky, if you have some decent luck, you can just use a better character, a better shielder, maybe something like Reyna, and you can get a better DPS. It doesn't even have to be a very strong one, maybe like Hezonja or something, and you will do so much better than I am. And I would say that my pace for completing campaign isn't even that bad, especially considering the resources that I have to work with. So we can take a look at campaign, and you can see that right now I'm 89th, and I would say top 100 for what I have is really pretty good. So you can see these top teams, these players who have completed campaign already, they have such strong starter heroes. This guy's Murong Jing and Imercado. I mean, those 2 characters alone can complete campaign easily. This guy has Lance, this guy's probably a pay-to-win player. He has so many LTEs already, and he has Lance. So, you can see that all these players who have completed it already have all these really strong heroes. So, and that's compared to me, where I'm at 89th. Obviously I'm not competing as fast as them, and I shouldn't be expected to given my roster. But my placement is very solid for what I have. So you can see the people who are close to me, the same stage, so held 12-9. This guy has Ans, if he played it right, I'm very sure he would have completed campaign already. This guy has Dianmu Indra. I mean, he should have completed campaign way long ago. Or maybe this is a bit harder because these characters take extra turns, and so they will struggle to keep shields, but still much stronger than what I have. Dianmu on her own is still pretty good with her stun. This person has Moxie, this person has Heart. Heart is so strong for early campaign. Another Heart, Moxie again. We have 2 Vasilis, and these guys are already below me. They're struggling in campaign. Well, more than I am. And so I'm once again just showing that you can make essentially nothing work. So besides that, I can just show you my Space Temple. So I've completed everything, and Tower of Elemental City. I mean, these parts aren't very important, even if you are doing better or worse than me in these areas. you can always complete them later into the game. My main focus was once again just to complete campaign. So I think that's enough stalling, and let's just get right into it and try and see if we can beat the boss. So like I said, I don't actually know if I can beat it, but let's just go right in. So here's also a good demonstration of how I usually play the fight. So these minions always change every turn, but I know that these two in the center usually deal quite a lot of damage, and I can ignore this one generally. Even though he does some damage, he's not the main threat. And for these two heroes, the one with these dolls, I think that's carry. So they do have a cooldown where if you kill them and you don't end the fight in three of their turns, they will respawn. So that means I will have to target these two minions primarily. So you can see I use my Sana Special 4, the damage is pretty good. Now I'll use Farnell's shield. For Liz, I won't use her shield yet. I'll just use a basic attack. Then I'll use Guhana's skill for speed up 1 on the team. And once again, like I said, these two characters are not actually that important. So now I'll just use this is Anton's special 2 for turn meter up. Again, not very important. And now I will attack one of these two. So I'll choose the higher health one since I still have my special 2 skill. I think it should kill. Yeah, so it killed quite easily. You can see that these characters die instantly. And now I will use his final special 2 skill. So not very important as well. It does have speed down too, but honestly I don't think it's that big of a deal. So maybe I'll use base attack because I want to save the healing effect that it does. So I'll use it on this character. And I didn't even get the proc, so whatever. And now I will use the shield with Liz. So in this case I didn't really take that much damage, but there are instances where your characters will maybe be at half health or so. And this is why using Liz's shield second is good, because she heals and shields the team. So now I'll kill this guy. And I didn't do enough damage, but that's fine, I can just finish off with my other characters. And now I can use special 4 here. And I'm about to kill them all. So one important thing is before going to the next wave, you want to try as far as possible to get your skills back up. So that's exactly what I'll do. So first off, I think I will kill this character. Like I said, if I kill one of the carries and I don't kill the rest of the team fast enough, then they will revive. So I will first deal with this guy. Then I can attack here, or she had Horrify so she couldn't attack. Next I'll attack this one, and finally I'll attack this final carry. So you can see that I do have all my major skills up. I maybe could have played that fight a little slower so I could get this skill up, but not too significant. So now once again, the carries should be killed last, so I'll attack this, I think he's called Carrot first. Yeah, Carrot. Now I'll shield with Farnell. Once again, I don't shield with my Liz yet. So, okay, now so they are dealing a bunch of damage, so there is some luck involved, so we can retry. And it could be just the case that maybe right now I'm not strong enough. In that case, it's not too big of a deal either. I can just wait a little bit and increase my talents and maybe slowly build my Anton, but let's give it a try. So I've already explained, so now I'm going to go a bit faster. So speed up. So it doesn't matter what I use for Anton really, I just use the shield here. I'll kill this one because he has more health. Now I'll attack here. He had Horrify, so not a big deal. I shield. I'll try and kill this guy. Now I kill this one on the right, this Carrot. So I can afford to... Okay, I'm being horrified, so I can't use my shield. And I decided to learn my lesson from the previous one, so I'm going to save my special 2 skill for next fight, which is why I'm not using it. So I have to shield here, but I'm confident that I'll get it back by the time the next fight starts. So let's try and kill this guy. Nice. So I'll use all my skills on... I'll use on this one. So I'll just heal. So I'm taking it a lot slower, but I'm also making sure that I will get my skills for next fight. So I did take a bunch of damage there, but it's not too big of a deal. Because at the end of every wave, you do heal up a little bit. And so this fight's over, and now I have 100% of my skills up. So now let's use Special 4. The damage was pretty high last time, so I just want to check what it really does. So deal 620, 50% if the target star meter is above 0 after. I see, so I might have to double shoot here, so let's give it a try. Sometimes you need to mix things up, you know, don't always do the same thing, because sometimes the damage is just very high. So this time it actually wasn't as bad, and now I'll have to kill the turrets. That didn't do that much damage. So now I wanna heal, and this is the kind of the issue with using all your shields together. You will have a lot of downtime, and that can be very scary. So it might be likely that I just die here, but we'll see. So hopefully I can get the heal off. I got unlucky with the Horrify, but I did get a kill on that character, and every time, you know, of course, every time you kill one of these characters, there's less enemies to attack, so overall they deal less damage. So okay, I should survive here. Let's attack here. I'm gonna use this skill so that I can heal a little for next wave. And okay, so now we are at the final boss, and let's hope things go well. So you can see people say you need 1600 speed, and that's because this boss has 1599. So if you don't have above 1600, the enemy goes first and he'll do too much damage to you, and maybe you'll die depending on how strong you are. So let's start off with Sana Special 4. Let's do a shield. I want Sana to heal herself. So okay, the damage isn't too much, which is good. So over here, I'll use my second shield. And you also want to sometimes line up your shields with the stronger abilities of the enemy, which is primarily the Special 4. And I should get back Funnel Shield in time for that. So actually I will not, but let's see how much damage we take. Okay, so not too painful. It definitely could have been a lot worse. So once again, Funnel Shield. I'm gonna heal our Funnel here. And now we have Liz Shield up. And you can see we can heal and shield, which is really good. And more importantly, we also have the shield which carries over to the next turn, which means that, oh dear, okay, so our Sana is not going to be able to get the shield. You'll see it runs out because she took 2 turns, but my other characters do have it, which is still fine. So let's heal our Sana. She can't afford to die since she's the one doing most of the damage. And boss is going to use a big attack, so I'm going to make sure that I shield for this one. So very healthy now. So I remember this boss does revive once, so resources HP, defense reduce, cooldown active skills refresh, which means that I do need to try if possible to have a shield ready for when the boss next attacks. So hopefully I don't kill the boss too fast here. Let's heal our Sana. Sana can't afford to die. And what I'm going to do here is use a basic attack. I don't want to kill the boss just yet. I want to get my shields. And now I'm fine to kill the boss. So the shield should help me survive a little bit more. Yep, excellent. So a small heal from Final Special 2. Once again, we shield up. So the boss in this second wave I think takes a lot more damage. So this is another dangerous situation where I don't have any of my shields up. But I think my list will... Oh, my list does not have a turn, so this is going to be a little precarious, so I'll make sure I heal my Sana. Okay, so we survived, which is really nice. Now we can get our Funnel to shield. And he's doing pretty decent damage, so, you know, it's not so easy. Shield once again. Special 4. Special 2. No one that needs to be healed, so you can check your stats. So everyone's at full health, or Funnel's not at full health, so maybe let's heal him. So lots of damage done by the enemy. And okay, so this is a bit precarious. So our Sana died, and we can still possibly beat the boss, but it'll just be very slow. So let's take a look. We will need our shields to be up more. Okay, so unfortunately, we did die here, but you can see the general gist of it, and I will probably cut out and try again, but cut out to my successful run. But you can see that you do need to cycle your skills well, so maybe I didn't do as well as I could have, and that's why you always need to adjust for what the enemy does. And so I'll cut until a successful run, and then I'll see you guys then. Alright, so we are back in the second stage, and I have a nice shield to start us off, and this shield unfortunately is going to run out because I took a second turn. And it's going to run on our Liz as well, so not the most ideal start, but still okay. So let's heal up our Sana. Good that we are alive. Let's attack. We can use Farnell's shield here. I should check our Liz's cooldown first, so it's at 2, and is she going to attack before? Okay, so I should have Liz's shield before this skill comes up, which is very important. So now we can heal up a little, and now I can shoot before this attack. Perfect. And so this looks very precarious, but I think it should be okay because first of all the boss is low, and also because he only had his basic attack. So now we have a shield, can attack. I believe these two characters should survive. In fact, our whole team survived, which is really nice. And let's use special 2 to heal a little, and that's it. So we completed campaign stage 12-10, and I mean, this is the main objective for newer players. Obviously, as you can see, I'm doing this really slowly. I probably, like I mentioned a few times already, I could remove Guhana and Anton and I would 2-star the stages, and any stages that I have 1 star should be 2 stars. But, you know, I'm not doing this. You can always go back to 3-star campaign. It's not very difficult, especially later on in the game. The main focus is to complete campaign itself. So, now, you know, later you can do the 72 floors or whatever and complete your campaign quest. Catherine is a very strong hero for beginners. And more importantly, we got our copy of Hezonja within just less than 4 days. And I think this is a very good outcome, so, you know, let's just claim this for fun. I have no plans to return to this account, but I did play this in a fashion that is representative of a normal account. I didn't do any, for instance, I did not use my legendary eye on my Sana. I could have very easily and made the challenge slightly easier, but realistically you aren't going to be using this on a hero like Sana, who is very weak. You can see that I use my summons, but you should be using them as a new player anyway. Besides that, I didn't do anything that you wouldn't normally in a new account that would ruin your future progress. So yeah, let's take a look again at the milestone tower and see where we rank. So we are at 76, and I think that simply means that we are the 76th person to complete campaign in this server, and I think it's a very successful outcome. And yeah, so this video did take quite a while, and it is a bunch of clips and so on, but I do hope this last section where I went through what my team does and how I play it is very insightful for you guys. And the most important thing that I just want to say is that this shows that you do not need to reroll for any amazing legendary heroes in order to clear a campaign. I mean, this lineup is more than sufficient, and chances are I hope you guys get something much better than this. And at the end of the day, you can have the good heroes, but you need to know how to make them work, and you need to know what the enemies do and how to fight the battle. Of course, as a new player, this may be tricky, but that's why I'm always here. You can leave a comment, or you can ask in the Infinite Magicraid Discord, and I'll try my best to help you, or if not, someone else will help you. And yeah, so if you've stuck around for this entire video, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.